Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Ultimate Decades Challenge. We are currently in the second half of 1325. In the first half, we had Rosemary tie the knot with her baby daddy Hubert. Esther aged up into a teen but rolled not to get married, after which she already started flirting with a young man who came to ask for work on the farm. Fatima gave birth but unfortunately lost her baby Felix, and Adriana got up to no good and had a romantic encounter with the outlaw Harlan. I had initially started off this episode with a family tree overview, but it ended up being so long that when I started editing, I decided to make it into its own video. So if there are any mentions of the family tree overview in this video that you sort of scratch your head at, it's because both videos were initially combined in this episode. All right, so we are starting off in our main household. I have moved Cailan into our main household so that I can control him a bit more easily alongside Adriana, since those are the two that we're currently working on getting spouses for. I am going to spend a little bit of time getting the chores done so that we can keep working on our finances. You might notice that our finances have gone up quite a bit. That is because our nectar has finally started aging now that I've made a basement and put it down there. 1324 starts tomorrow. Huh. I think I may have messed up my calendar. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, wait. Daisy had 2 male babies with Noah. What? Oh. Huh. Romance skill. Right. Why does... I am so confused right now. Okay, so she acquired the romance skill. I recently got the Love Struck expansion. In fact, not just recently. This very morning, I purchased and downloaded it, and I have not yet touched anything. And so if I look confused and all mixed up, it is because this is my first time playing with it. But now I see that Fatima is autonomously flirting with Brayden, which is great because if the two of them can get flirty and want to woohoo, then maybe there's still a chance for these two to mend things and have a kiddo. She wants to ask him about his day, so that's what I'm going to have her do. But what I've just discovered is that I may have messed up and gotten confused between my saves, because the way I manage things is that I save at the beginning and end of every episode, so that way if anything happens during an episode and I have to roll back or I need screenshots or something, I always have a previous save to go back to. But it looks like we had Yule a few episodes ago and now it's going to be Yule in 4 days again, so something might be wrong. Oh, or what could have happened is when I installed the expansion, something might have messed up the seasons and everything. So as you can see on the calendar, we're currently here, but we're supposed to be here. Okay, well, it's fine. I am just going to have to smudge things on my spreadsheet a little. And I may play a few days off camera just to get things rolling, which I'm not too upset about because I do have a lot of management to do in my townie households. I was actually thinking of getting some townies married so that Romarin and any other potential kids that we have will have a few friends to play with. And so it's fine. It's all fine. I'll fix it. I promise. Everything is under control. Now that Daisy has given birth, I kind of want to go and see her to do her roles, and also because it happens to be Noah's young adult birthday. So I am going to spend just a little bit of time here to get the chores done, and then we're going to head on over to the tavern. I'm thinking I might take Cailan and maybe Adriana along so that they can go and socialize a little bit while we're doing the roles. Oh no. Wow, what a sim. Cailan just stopped what they were thinking about for a moment and found themselves staring at Fatima Barrow. Oh no. Hopefully Fatima will be kind enough to reciprocate Cailan's feelings. I think that was established already. That's dangerous. Okay, well he's feeling flirty, but she doesn't seem to have noticed him. I'm just going to send her to spin some thread and hope the feeling passes. I was feeling off today, but you definitely turned me on. I'm definitely off myself. No. They're making an effort, so I am going to let them go. I'm gonna pan away just because I'm not entirely confident that streamer mode is going to censor things appropriately. One thing I should mention is that I did increase the autonomy on Wicked Whims just because I wasn't sure if the low autonomy was really doing it for me. Like in the last episode, yes, thank you. Yeah, in the last episode, I tried to have Adriana and Harlan flirt, and there was just nothing happening. Like, no autonomous flirting, no autonomous woohoo, nothing. So I decided to increase the autonomy a little just to see what it would do. So if you see anything going wild again, that is entirely my fault again. Okay, so Fatima Barrow might now be pregnant, performing a pregnancy test. Should I do a pregnancy test? I could, but I don't know if I might want to leave it as a surprise, especially because I now have to fix our calendar situation. So if she is pregnant, the kid is going to end up being born in a sort of gray area. So I might actually just wait a little to do any pregnancy tests to give the game a chance to give an extra day to the pregnancy, and maybe it'll make a little more sense. Or I could just pause the pregnancy as well. Okay, so it is now the evening. I am going to let Brayden and Fatima finish doing their thing, and then we are going to go and visit Noah's Tavern. All right, so we are here at the Pasquier Inn. I am going to go and knock on the door. And since I was having issues having any Sims show up to the bar, where did Cailan go? Where are you? Play in the leaf pile. How about don't and go to the bar? Yeah, so since I was having issues getting pretty much anyone to show up at the bar, I created a club for Adriana with a bunch of single ladies that she can invite over so they can chill at the bar, and we are going to have Cailan come and introduce himself to a few of them. Okay, so I have managed to start a club gathering, and Adriana is out here speaking to Mason Carver, who is Grayson's brother. So I don't know, maybe he's here saying, oh, fancy seeing you here. And he probably remembers seeing her the other day when she was with Harlan, and might just be asking her, you know, do you come out here often? And she's just gonna be like, oh yeah, well, you know, my brother works here. Okay, so finally, we've got some ladies showing up. This here is Becca Burton. She is one of the Sims that I got off the gallery. Becca Burton is by one Julie Vila, also called BB. She is a erratic, squeamish, and neat Sim who wants a big, happy family. I have invited all of these ladies over to meet Cailan, but at the same time, Cailan is both interested in finding a wife and interested in just having a fling. So I'm just gonna have him introduce himself to everybody, and we're going to figure out which category each lady might fit into, because he's cold-blooded, you know, he's probably a little bit practical about this, so he might have a fling with ladies that he's not all that into, but he'll want to marry someone. Oh, introduction to attraction. Okay, give me a moment here, because it is my first time playing with Lovestruck. So he feels instantly attracted to Becca. Okay, that's good. Sims become attracted or unattracted to others based on their turn-ons and turn-offs. By the way, I have not touched the turn-ons of any of my Sims. I let Wicked Whims generate that, so I don't know how these systems are going to work together. Okay, so it says attraction can also change based on others' turn-ons and turn-offs. Okay, so we're going to discover that as we play. But yeah, so I see Cailan as being quite pragmatic about it, and he's probably going to marry somebody that he knows is going to be a good partner and who's going to be good on the farm with him and raising his potential children. But that might not be the same ladies that he goes to for, shall we say, comfort. Ah, here's another lady. Two ladies who are here simultaneously. Okay, so Yinu Ali is here. He already knows... No, okay, I saw ask due date, but that's a mischief interaction. Okay, so he already knows Yinu Ali, so he's going to come and introduce himself to Edlin Elmir. Edlin is another Sim that I got off the gallery. Edlin here is by Sal3MX X. She was made for Rinzi's Decades Challenge. I saw her in one of Rinzi's episodes and she came with her brother. So these two are currently suitors for our Sims. She was pregnant when I added her to my game, so she is currently a single mother. We could say that she might have said that her husband died and that is why she is raising her child alone, but whether or not that's true, we don't really know. Okay, it's starting to rain, so I'm gonna get these guys inside. Instantly unattracted. Cailan is unattracted to Edlin at first sight. This will make it harder for them to romantically interact. Okay, that's fine. Cailan is really in need of fun, which is a little bit dangerous when we come to this inn. I'll have him play cards. Oh, Osha's here. Okay. Oh, Eleonora too. So how about all of these ladies that he's attracted to? He is not attracted to Yinwali. He is attracted to Caitlin, but they have a really bad relationship for some reason. I'm not sure why. Can Noah play? Okay, we can only play with 2 Sims for some reason. So I'm going to have him do that. And while Caitlin goes to play cards, we are going to go and take a look at the little newborn babies. So this is the second set of twins in a row that Daisy has had. What are their names? For some reason, I don't have a pop-up telling me their names. I know they're 2 boys, but that's really all I know. In any case, we are going to do the rolls for these 3. So we're going to start by rolling once for Daisy. She survives. We're going to roll for the baby that she currently has in her arms. That child is fine. We're also going to roll for infancy. Baby survives infancy. We're going to roll for Daisy again for the second birth. Daisy rolled another 16. And we're going to roll for the second baby who's on the right. Second baby does not make it. All right, so same as the first time around. She has 1 out of 2 twins that survives. I am going to have this little guy go. So his name was Alicia or Elisha. And I'm not really sure who this little one is. So I'm going to go and age him up with Adriana. Meanwhile, she can meet Daisy. I think she doesn't know Daisy, does she? Oh, yes, she does. Okay. Well, Adriana is going to come and meet her nephew by aging him up. So meanwhile, we've got Cailan here playing cards with 2 pretty ladies, Eleonora and Osha, that he has a romantic relationship with. So he doesn't seem to be attracted or unattracted to Osha, but he is attracted to Eleonora, which is a little dangerous. I mean, she could be a potential spouse for him, and he could adopt his brother's daughter. Ask to create a hangout. I'm not sure what that does. I'll just have him ask about her day, and why not express admiration? Maybe he's going to tell her that he thinks that it was a really brave thing that she did to stay in town, even though she was pregnant with Frederick's baby, and she's been bringing that baby up all on her own. She hasn't even married since then, you know? Wowee, that sim is irresistible. Cailan has a major crush on Eleonora. All right. Things are going good for Cailan for once. So coming up to these guys, Dante Pasquier is already crawling around apparently. And he's a little blonde guy like his mom. Okay, I'm not sure Dante is quite the style of name that we're going for, so I might change that, but for now, it's perfectly fine. And there's a stinky diaper somewhere. That's to be expected. This house is starting to have quite a few Sims in it. Cailan is a shining beacon of positivity for the community. How strange? I'm not sure that's a good way to describe Cailan, although he is cold-blooded, which is considered to be a bit like psychopathy, so maybe he's just pretending and people think he's a good guy, but he isn't. Romantic satisfaction begins. Cailan and Osha have a strong romantic relationship and will now each have independent romantic satisfaction. Oh boy, can you imagine? Cailan is going to have to try and keep all of these women happy. What have you gotten yourself into? Okay, so where did Becca go? Can I invite her to the card table? She's not here anymore. I don't know why. Since Cailan has a crush on Eleonora, I kind of want to invite her to go upstairs for a little bit of alone time, if you know what I mean. They don't necessarily need to get married if anything happens, but I'd say Eleonora is a maybe because she does also have some interesting traits. Right, so he doesn't know her traits, but I know that she's good and she's creative. So since she's good, she could be a good option. Can I get to know her? Yeah, I'll get to know her a little bit so that we discover her traits. Okay, we've got Liberty Huddleston, who is here. I'm gonna have him introduce himself to her as well. And, that's a popular dress. And she's gone. Okay, another sim, Valentine Hagen. Let's go and introduce ourselves to her as well. Why is everybody so sad? Okay, so Valentine happened to be upstairs, so maybe we can say that she was going back to her room, and Cailan has instant attraction to her. So maybe he saw her going upstairs. Oh, she's melancholic and she's an old soul and she's also a dog lover. So maybe he just thought she was so pretty and had to go talk to her. And, you know, she's feeling sad. Maybe he's going to come and comfort her with maybe some intentions behind it. But, you know, it's all in his appearance of being a good and kind sim. And, you know, I think I'm also going to compliment her appearance. Although she's very sad, I don't know how well she's going to take it. Cailan is under the impression that another sim has their gaze fixed directly upon him. If Cailan tries to push things to a more intimate level, they may have a good chance at success. Oh, and it's Valentine. Well, of course he's going to accept her advances. She looks excited. All right, awesome. She is suddenly very flirty. Okay, well, doesn't look like anyone's around here. Noah's over there inside, and Adriana is going downstairs, so I might actually have Cailan try for a little woohoo. She looks sort of shy about it. You know, he is a pretty good-looking guy. Maybe she's a bit intimidated. Maybe she knows he's a bit of a popular guy in town. A lot of the girls are into him. And she might be surprised that he's into her as well. So I had him ask her for a woohoo, and they seem to be stuck in this idle conversation. Oh, there we go. Okay, she's into it. She's into it. All right, so we've got our first conquest by Cailan here. I'm gonna pan away because I'm never sure if it's going to work or not. Okay, so we are going to come back here to Adriana, who decided that she would just read a book while she's at the bar. You know, nothing better to do. Let's read a book, especially being a peasant who doesn't know how to read. Okay, so these two ladies are some more suitors for Cailan. On the left, we've got Alyssa Fisher. She is one of the townie children that grew up. And over here is Camilla Halton. She is also by one Julie Villa, and she is from the gallery. Oh my gosh, one thing that I was completely forgetting about is that we also have to do Noah's birthday. I am going to bring back the dice roller, and he needs to avoid a 2 and a 6. He's fine. He's perfectly fine. So I am going to have this guy age up right away. He is now a young adult. Oh boy, Adriana is ready for some action. Can I get her to come and get to know her own brother? She can. Okay, so I want to know what his new trait is. He's got the following lifestyle, close-knit. Okay, that doesn't really answer my question, but okay. So Adriana's feeling flirty, but there isn't really anyone who could interest her. I mean, unless she's into the ladies, I don't know. It is getting pretty late. It's 2 a.m., so I might actually have her head on home. I don't know. Cailan still doesn't seem to be done. Okay, Cailan is finally done, so I'm gonna have these two head on back home. All right, we're back at our main household, and I'm just gonna send everybody to bed since it is 3 a.m. And I'd like to think that Brayden has just given up on telling Adriana not to go out so late, but then he probably figured, oh, Cailan's a responsible guy. He probably kept an eye on her and kept her out of trouble. Right, Cailan? Look at him doing his confident walk. Yeah, he's satisfied, isn't he? Oh, this is new from the expansion, isn't it? They sleep together now. That's so cute. Aww. Even if they don't necessarily agree or have the same feelings about having kids, it looks like these two are still trying to keep their relationship strong. They do like each other. I just feel like they might just not want the same things out of life. So if they do ever end up getting a divorce, they might actually just divorce amicably. Like maybe she's going to ask him, you know, I think I might be happier with someone else, and I think you might be happier with someone else because you want kids that I can't give you. And it's probably going to break his heart, but he would probably ultimately agree. So I don't know. I'm going to keep inviting Zane over for family gatherings, and we're going to see if anything ever happens. I don't think she's going to go all out and cheat on Brayden necessarily, because if I remember correctly, adultery was a pretty severe crime at the time, and so I'm not sure if I want to get Fatima into that much trouble, but we'll see. We'll see what happens and where the autonomy takes us. And why is my cat blue? Oh, Mr. Wiggles. Right, so I got a notification that Juliana DeLacy had one male baby with Quintin. So Fatima is now an aunt. I wonder if we might actually get Brayden to go and visit his best friend to congratulate him and to meet the new baby. I'm going to get a few chores done and then I'm going to send him over there. Fatima has a want to woohoo with Brayden. So I am actually going to let them go ahead and do that. Like I said, I'm not going to be sticking to the one woohoo a day, or I was actually going to go for up to 3 woohoos a day. I'm not going to force it. I'm going to wait until either they do it autonomously, or they feel flirty, or they get a want that they want to woohoo. And she just got a want. So I am going to go ahead. He wants to go on a date. You guys are already going to woohoo. How about one thing at a time, eh guys? Oh, Mariana Branson had one male baby with Vasco. So many deliveries today. So Vasco, of course, is our oldest cousin who is taking over the bakery. I don't think we're going to go and visit him. I'm just going to write it down on the spreadsheet, and eventually we might go over just to say hello and get these guys to get to know each other a little, you know, just keep the family contact and have them maybe be friends a bit. It's been a good day so far. How about we make it even again? Okay, we set up to 3. This might actually be a bit easier than I expected it to be. I might have to turn the autonomy down again. Although, I mean, if their marriage is going well, apart from the fact that she doesn't want children, I feel like it might just be a natural thing as well, even if they're not really doing it on purpose. I mean, you know, if she's attracted to her husband, it might just happen by accident, and it's just a consequence of them loving each other. Hello? Anyone home? Cedric Fisher. Well, Esther is out here. Wow, lots going on. Esther was out here just chilling, so I'm gonna have her come and introduce herself and invite him in. You and Fatima are just so cute together. Just thought I'd let you know. Aw, that's so cute. Maybe Brandon has heard that things between them aren't always going so well, you know. Brayden may have told Stephanie, who may have told Brandon. Where are you going? So yeah, maybe Stephanie told Brandon that Brayden is having some marital troubles, and maybe Brandon just wanted to let Brayden know they look like they're pretty good for each other and they make a great couple, and that he wishes them the best. Instant attraction. Esther Barrow has instant attraction to Cedric Fisher. Okay, so Cedric is just one of the teens in my townie household. He is the fisherman's son, so I might as well have Esther get to know him a little. Wowee, that sim is irresistible. Esther has a major crush on Cedric. Okay, so this is cute. So maybe Esther ends up, you know, falling in love with this guy or something, and maybe she'll get pregnant and maybe he'll pass away before they get a chance to get married. It's just an idea. We never know. All right, so Brayden and Fatima are finally done. So now that it's been a few woohoos, I think I am going to have her go for a pregnancy test just so that we know what to expect. I'm wealthy, very wealthy. Just last month, I bought Social Bunny in Cupid's Corner. Just straight up bottom. You caught my eye and I was hoping to get the chance to meet you in person. I have gifts for you. No thanks, weirdo. Okay. Was that like a joke about Elon Musk or something? Fatima's pregnant! It took her so long to get pregnant when they were trying, and now they're not actively trying, and she's pregnant. She wants to know if we want to hang out at the hot springs. Okay. I wanted Brayden to go and meet Quintin and Quintin's baby, but we do have some extra time because it's almost already the end of the day. So normally I would be ending the episode here, but since we've got a bunch of extra days that I'm going to have to play through, I might actually just extend and play an extra day so that we can go and see Quintin. So I'm going to accept, and I am going to take Cailan with us. And I'd also like to take a few of our lady friends. Morgan Hale. I don't remember this person. I might as well bring him. Would she invite Grayson? You know what? I think she won't because Adriana did sneak around with Harlan and she might not be ready to face him. That's true. And I guess she mustn't be pregnant. I completely forgot to check for symptoms, but if we haven't had a notification yet, she might be safe. I don't know. I'm going to keep an eye on her hunger bar. There, I'm just going to bring a bunch of Sims and we're going to see what our guys get up to. Oh, right. Fatima's pregnant. I cannot believe this. Oh, and this place. This is actually where Fatima and Brayden woohooed for the first time when they snuck off after Mayday. Oh, Cailan broke out his loot and everybody's just sort of running around everywhere. What is happening? Attractiveness alert. Adriana is attracted to Osbert. Osbert is her good friend who saw her woohooing with Lucan. That's funny. Oh my, Adriana is also attracted to Cedric. Okay, I might stop the rain. I'm not sure if that's why everybody's just sort of weirdly running around. So just in case that is, I'm gonna stop the rain and I'm gonna have these guys go and interact with all their friends who are here. Everybody's running off. Where are they going? Hey, look who's here. It's Eleonora. It almost looks as though he's trying to charm her. And bye. Here, can I get everybody to come and relax? I'm also going to have him introduce himself to these ladies. Oh boy. Okay, so she's feeling flirty because she is attracted to someone. Cailan has instant attraction to Morgan Hale. Morgan Hale is the lady who's here. She is actually the daughter of Stuart Hale, who was Gemma's first husband. So he learned that she's active, she's a bookworm, and she's charming. And he also met Glita, who's a perfectionist, homebody, and calm. See? Glita seems to have a set of traits that might be interesting for a wife, even if he might not be attracted to her. Oh, and we've got Cassiel here. Cassiel is one of the outlaws. And he has instant attraction to her too. Jeez, okay. She's loyal, humble, and good, which is an interesting set of traits for a wife, but we already have quite a few outlaws who are coming into our family, so I'm not sure if I want another one. So Adriana was attracted to her good friend Osbert here, so I could have her maybe do a little flirt with him. Does she have anyone else who's interesting? Right, I think it said that she was attracted to Cedric. You may have noticed that I gave Zane a bit of a makeover. He looks a little more mature now, and I'm not sure why, but his eyes are now the same color, which is an accident. He was supposed to have heterochromia, which is what he aged up with, but I'll fix that later. So she's feeling flirty. I'm going to have her go in for a flirt So should we go with the good old friend, but he's a little too high class to marry her if anything happens, or with the fisherman's son, who her sister also happens to be attracted to? It seems very Adriana to go for the guy that her sister likes just to spite her. So I'm gonna go with that option for now. So she's gonna go in for a little flirt. And why is everybody leaving? They just left Cailan sitting there alone. Maybe he'll go talk to this girl that he thought was cute. Here, can I just flatter her and see how things go? Oh, love in unexpected places. Cailan has known Morgan for a while. He recognizes his soulmate. It turns out that love was right under Cailan's nose all along. Cailan found his soulmate! Just sort of talking to her while he's in this hot spring and she's looking down at him. But that is so interesting. Okay, I forgot what her traits were. Charming, bookworm, and active. So I don't know. I'm not sure these are traits that are very attractive as a wife. At least not the wife that he has in mind. You know, I think he might have someone who wants to work on the farm with him. Although she is active and she has one more trait. Okay, well, I'm not sure what her last trait is, but it's very interesting that he met his soulmate. Maybe he won't marry her. So he might carry on an affair with her while being married to someone who's maybe more strategic? I don't know. That's so interesting. Okay, I'll have him maybe go have a deep conversation with her. Does Adriana like potty humor? That certainly sounds like her. Where is she? Okay, she's over here talking to Cedric. Oh, she's a cat lover. Yeah, I don't know. Except being active, she doesn't really have any interesting traits that Cailan would consider are useful. And, you know, she doesn't really have a big dowry. She's from another farmer family, so he might be a bit too pragmatic and he might prefer to go for someone who's going to have a bigger dowry or have something better to bring to the table if they get married, you know? So she didn't seem to have much success flirting with Cedric, the other guy that she was attracted to. Is it just me, or do these look a bit like boobs? I wonder if he has like a skin detail that's for a female or something. Oh boy, okay, so everybody is just suddenly leaving. I wanted the cast to fix Osbert's skin details and everybody decided to leave. Well, okay then. Alright, so these two are getting hungry, so I'm gonna have them, she wants to clean the hot springs. I'm gonna have them head home to get a bite to eat. I am still in awe that Fatima is pregnant. She, of course, is not happy about it. She is so afraid that she is going to lose this child. She is probably not looking forward to giving birth at all. But at least it's a consequence of her actually loving her husband. And, well, we're just going to keep our fingers crossed that everything turns out okay. I feel like Brayden is probably really happy about this, even though he doesn't want to make her feel even worse by being like super happy about it while she's super worried, but he's probably secretly celebrating at the moment. Esther's looking at him like, where have you been to be in your swim shorts? So Cailan finding his soulmate reminds me that we still don't know who Brayden's soulmate might be. Are you looking for love? Be sure to check out Cupid's Corner app. We're gonna see if Alexander and Allison roll to get married, and if they do, I might actually use Cupid's Corner as a sort of matchmaker, just to sort of play around with the feature while also trying to keep it period appropriate. Oh my gosh, Romarin! Again? Stop it! Oh no, uncontrolled emotions. Romarin! No, you're supposed to be such a sweet little boy. What happened? He's slow to warm up and carefree. Why does he keep kicking his mom? They do have a permissive dynamic, but that doesn't mean... Okay, well, it was permissive, now it's strict. She probably got kicked once too many, and now that she's pregnant, she's like, nope, I am not taking any more of your crap, Romarin. We are now the next morning. We've got Esther here making breakfast for everybody and feeling flirty. She's ready for some action. Maybe she's thinking about the handsome Cedric that she met yesterday. Oh, she's also very attracted to Quintin, which is a little bit scary. So technically, this would be the first day of 1326. However, since I messed up my calendar, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause Fatima's pregnancy. We are going to play through the rest of the day, and then I am going to be ending the episode, and I will go and play the following week that is missing on my calendar off camera. Oh my. You okay there, little sheep? Just another day in the life of a mini sheep. Gabriella gave birth to a baby girl. Baby girl needs a name. What would you like to call her? I feel like Gabriella might go with like flowers or plants. So I think I'm gonna go with Violet. Violet Atwood. And just one baby. Okay, well, since we're going to have Brayden and Fatima go out anyways, I might actually just bring everybody. I'll leave behind Esther. Esther is going to take care of Romarin, and I'm going to bring our 4 oldest ones here to visit Gabriella, and then we're going to go and visit our good friend Quintin. All right, so here we are at Gabriella and Corey's little shack here, and oh my gosh, Stephanie just gave birth to a baby boy. Everything's happening all at once. Okay, so Stephanie, Dusty Townsend? No, I don't think so. Let me go and pull up a list of names. So her husband's name is Brandon, so I think I'm gonna go with a B name. Let's go with Brian. Brian Townsend. Okay, so there's another household that we're gonna have to visit. Okay, so we are going to start over here at Gabriella's place, and we're gonna go and knock on the door. Okay, so, you know, Brayden hadn't seen the place since she got married. Offer gratitude, why not? So maybe there was a bit of tension between them because she did get married without really telling him anything in advance, and she was already pregnant as well. But, you know, maybe he heard that she's just had her second child and it was time to reconcile. I think I'm going to have him come and meet his little, well, I was going to say niece, but I guess this is technically his cousin. Here, he's going to go and coo at his cousin. All right, so before we get too attached to this little girl, we are going to do the rolls. We're going to roll for Gabriella first. She needs to avoid a 1. Phew, 10. She is fine. And baby is fine. Does she survive infancy? No, baby Violet does not survive infancy. Oh, that's so sad. Okay. Well, Gabriella is the one with the most baby tries among the Sims that we follow the most, so it's fine. Since we're here, though, it also happens to be baby Shanna's toddler birthday, so I think we're also going to do a roll for this little girl right here. To become a toddler, she needs to avoid a 4, an 8, and a 12. Okay, phew, right in between. She is fine. Baby Shanna does make it. So let's have baby Shanna age up. Aww, baby Violet, who aged up with some major freckles. But unfortunately, baby Violet is not going to make it. So I'm gonna just spin a wheel to see what happened. She died from cancer. Okay, well I guess maybe she was just a really sickly little girl and she didn't make it. So poor Gabriella here and Corey just lost their first kid, but at least they still have baby Shanna, who I'm not having much success aging up into a toddler, so I'm just gonna leave her like that. New family dynamic close between Gabriella and Brayden. Oh, that's cute. So I guess he came to reconcile and he learned that not long after birth, she lost her little baby. So he's just going to let her know, I'm here if you ever need anything. I know this house isn't all that great. You know, she's probably like, what do you mean it's not all that great? And he's just going to say, well, you know, if you ever need help, if you ever need some money or if you need a place to stay sometime, my door is always open. I am there for you. And she might thank him, but she's also just like, you know, I've got this. Don't worry about me. Oh, Fatima's really not all that happy about being pregnant, is she? Oh, something's not right from being romantic, not with soulmate. Oh boy. It's like this newest pregnancy just brought all of her negative feelings back, you know? Things were going better between her and Brayden, and now all of a sudden, it's just all coming back to her how she might not be all that happy after all. Okay, so that's all I wanted to do here. Look who's here! Grayson! Are you spying on us? It's like he saw the family going out and he's like, is she seeing someone else? And so he decided to follow them? This is so strange. Alright, so anyway, we are going to head on over to Stephanie's house now. Alright, so here we are at the Townsends. I'm just going to have Adriana go and knock on the door so that we can go and greet the new little baby. Right, so as I mentioned earlier when I was doing the overview of the family tree, the Townsends currently have Cara here, who is actually Harlan's daughter, and I dressed her in some pretty shabby clothes just because I figure Stephanie already has her hands pretty full with raising two of her own daughters and now having just given birth to another baby, and her mother, Sheila, actually dislikes children, so I feel like she's not taking the best care of her either. You know what? I think I might just have Adriana come and meet her. She probably doesn't know that this is Harlan's daughter, but I'd like her to know that there's a child here and what kind of situation she's in, because if anything ever happens between Adriana and Harlan again and things get more serious, I do want to consider the idea that Adriana and Harlan might come and take Cara away if they figure out that Sheila just isn't really taking the best care of her. Alright, so let's come take a look at little baby here. We're gonna roll for Stephanie first. 11, she's fine. We're gonna roll for baby. Baby makes it. Does he survive infancy? He doesn't! Oh man, we're having really bad luck. Oh, baby boy. Okay, well, I'm gonna come and age this guy up and then we're going to have to say goodbye again. That's so sad. We're losing all of the infants today. We've got Romarin's birthday coming up in about a year or so, so I hope our luck is going to get better. Aww. Goodbye, baby Brian. It was nice knowing you. Oh, we're actually having an animation this time? I spun the wheel and I got accidental homicide? I'm not really sure how to read that. Did Sheila do something? Like, oh. Brayden is feeling confident. I bet Brian's mom is probably devastated. Like, I don't know, maybe they went out for a bit and they left Sheila in charge of the kids and Sheila just didn't really watch them, and then an accident happened and I guess Brayden and the family got here and realized what was happening, and I don't know, I think I'm going to have Brayden try and get him to be spared. What do you mean you can't? I know, these are really like cramped spaces. I had to move a lot of stuff out of the way, but Brayden is bleeding. Oh, it doesn't seem to be working. No, it didn't work. Brian is truly gone. Oh, that is so sad. Oh, man. And I have a feeling this is Sheila's fault. This might be actually how Sheila ends up leaving the home, and eventually Adriana might go to take care of Cara if she ends up in a relationship with Harlan. I don't know if that's going to happen. So since I am controlling Stephanie, I'm going to have her go get into an argument with Sheila. I feel like things have already been kind of strained and they might get into a bit of an argument here. Right in front of everybody too. Oh, and she wants to console Brayden even though she's the one who just lost a child. Stephanie, you're too good. It's like she's the big sister and she feels like if everybody's sad around her, she's the one who needs to take care of them, even though she's the one who's probably suffering the most. Alright, so I'm not going to stay too long with these guys. We're gonna be leaving them to their grief. It's almost like we visited every family and then everywhere Brayden goes, death follows. It's just kind of terrible. Alright, well, now that everybody's super sad, I'm not sure they're going to want to go see Quintin. Quintin's probably celebrating a new baby while they're all mourning the death of a child in this household. But anyways, I said I'd go check in on them, so we are. Oh, not so fast though. The real reason I wanted to come here is because it's also Nicolette's birthday, so we also have to roll for her. If she fails her roll, I think I'm just gonna stop playing right here. Like, clearly today is a bad day for rolls. Here we go with a d20. She needs to avoid a 9 and a 19. Thank goodness. Okay, thank goodness. Baby Nicolette is fine. We're just going to age her up before we leave. In fact, that means that Kara is also due to age up, but I may come and do this off screen since I am going to have a full week that I need to play through. Alright, so here's Nicolette. I'm going to come and give her a little makeover when I get a chance. Okay, so now that everybody is super depressed, let's go and visit Quintin. Alright, here we are with the DeLacy's. So let's start by going to knock at the door. Attractiveness alert, Cailan. Alright, I was almost forgetting that Cailan has a thing for Quintin's sister Rosa. I'm gonna have him come and talk to her while all of these guys are going inside to meet the baby. Alright, so I'm having everybody come inside except Cailan and Rosa because they're going to go and talk. Romantic satisfaction begins. Okay. In fact, I think Brayden doesn't actually know Quintin's wife, so I am going to have them introduce themselves to each other while Cailan is outside being naughty. Well, not that naughty. He's just flirting. Adriana here wants to have some fun, so I think I'm actually going to have her read a book while she's here, even though she doesn't technically know how to read. Brayden Barrow has instant attraction to Juliana DeLacy. That is dangerous. Brayden, you had better not. You owe 36,000 simoleons to your best friend, so if you sneak off with his wife, you are going to be in major trouble. Alright, so we've got the little baby here. We don't know what his name is. Aww. I'm gonna age him up to an infant right away so that we can actually interact with him a little more. This poor dollhouse. I remember in the comments way back when somebody mentioned that, right, so way back when Brayden proposed to Fatima, this dollhouse was broken and we were wondering if it might be a sign of things to come. And it turns out it was. It really was. Okay, so what's his name? Arjun. Arjun DeLacy. I may change it to be a bit more English sounding. Here, I'm gonna have Brayden read him a book or something. It's not really reading a book since he doesn't know how to read, but we'll say he's just telling little Arjun a story. Fatima is like not interested at all in meeting her nephew. I think she's just upset with her pregnancy and she doesn't even really want to be here. Hot daydreaming. Adriana's head remembers Osbert Taylor. Okay, maybe she remembers how he was watching when she was woohooing with Lucan. We have reached the end of the day and also the end of the year, so I am going to be leaving this part here. I feel like this episode has been really chaotic. I think the whole calendar mix-up at the beginning really put me off my game, so I'm very sorry about that. We still managed to have a bit of fun with Cailan, getting to know a few ladies, and it did come as a surprise to me that we actually discovered his soulmate. Do let me know if you guys think he should pursue this soulmate more seriously, or if he should try to keep her as a mistress, while maybe marrying someone who is a little more, I'll say strategic, like someone who would have a better dowry or who would bring more skills to the table. The other thing I'd like to have your opinion on is whether you think it would be okay for me or not to transfer baby tries between side households. I spoke a bit more about this during the family tree overview, but in case you haven't watched that, basically we have some side households that we barely ever see, like 2 of the Baker orphans, who roll to have 10 baby tries. And then we've got side households that we're much more invested in, like, say, Cailan, who only rolled 3. So I'd like to allow some baby tries to be transferred to those households that we're more invested in. On the one hand, to balance things out a little, but on the other hand, it's also because I like to follow Sims's wants and also let the autonomy do its thing. So I just feel like it would be more fun to let pregnancies be a risk of letting that go without me having to stop them because they're out of baby tries. So let me know if you guys think that might be too cheaty, or if you think it would be fine, or if you have any other ideas that you think I should implement. Once again, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.